All right, let me just tell you what we're going to do here. There is a joint announcement that we're going to make that I'm going to read. And I think Mr. Cochran wants to say something, or Mr. Weitzman, and then I will respond to your questions that you might have after they get done with whatever statement they want to make. We wish to jointly announce a mutual resolution of this lawsuit. As you are aware, the plaintiff has alleged certain acts of impropriety by Mr. Jackson, and from the inception of those allegations, Mr. Jackson has always maintained his innocence. However, the emotional trauma and strain on the respective parties have caused both parties to reflect on the wisdom of continuing with this litigation. The plaintiff has agreed the lawsuit should be resolved, and it will be dismissed in the near future. While Mr. Jackson continues to maintain his innocence, he withdraws any previous allegations of extortion. This will allow the parties to get on with their lives in a more positive and productive manner. Much of the suffering these parties have been put through was caused by the publicity surrounding this case. We jointly request that members of the press allow the parties to close this chapter in their lives with dignity so that the healing process may begin.
Now, we are going to make a statement, but I want to let you all know before, given what's gone on in other conferences like this, after the statement, we're going to answer no questions at all, and we'll be through. So with that introduction, Johnny Cochran's going to read our statement.
Thanks, Howard. In the past 10 days, the rumors and speculations surrounding this case have reached a fever pitch, and by and large have been false and outrageous. As Mr. Feldman has correctly indicated, Michael Jackson has maintained his innocence from the beginning of this matter, and now, as this matter will soon be concluded, he still maintains that innocence. The resolution of this case is in no way an admission of guilt by Michael Jackson. In short, he is an innocent man who does not intend to have his career and his life destroyed by rumors and innuendos. Throughout this ordeal, he has been subjected to an unprecedented media feeding frenzy, especially by the tabloid press. Tabloid press has shown an insatiable thirst for anything negative and have paid huge sums of money to people who have little or no information and who barely knew Michael Jackson. So today, the time has come for Michael Jackson to move on to new business, to get on with his life, to start the healing process, and to move his career forward to even greater heights. This he intends to do. At the appropriate time, Michael Jackson will speak out publicly as to the agony, torture, pain he has had to suffer during the past 6 months. Thank you very much.
Johnny, can we ask about any criminal proceedings?
Mr. Feldman, can we ask
Mr. Feldman, is there a monetary settlement involved in this?
Let me get this issue off so we can go on to something else. It is not just this case, but any case that I've ever been associated with in the last 20 some odd years, that the terms of a resolution is kept confidential. It is improper, it's not right to discuss in public the terms of the resolution.
Is this not a forgery resolution of a matter
We're going to have to, wait, don't scream in my ear. We got to do this.
A forgery resolution of a matter that should have been resolved in a criminal court?
I don't know about the criminal court. My job in this case is a lawyer for a little boy who has suffered for a long time. I have done what is in this little boy's best interest. I am proud of what I've done. My little boy has shown an enormous amount of courage, and I am very happy with the resolution of this matter. He is very happy with the resolution of this matter.
Mr. Feldman, without giving specifics,
wait. We got to have.
Without giving specifics, is there, first of all, without giving specifics, is there a monetary type settlement? And number two, is he allowed to testify against Mr. Jackson if he wants to in a criminal proceeding?
He is allowed to testify against Mr. Jackson in a criminal proceeding. There is no agreement with respect to anything with respect to the criminal proceeding.
How about the other issue?
If there is a criminal proceeding, Mr. Feldman, would he want to testify?
Well, we need to take this one day at a time. There is no criminal proceeding. You know, we have been at this now for about 6 months. 6 months is a long time in a child's life. It is an eternity. I don't know if any of you have children or don't have children, but
This is a case that is going nowhere. There ultimately should be no charges filed. If they had evidence, they would have had it by now, and that hopefully we can stop meeting like this in the near future.
You welcome that, your client? Speechless?
Extremely elated. He talked to his wife immediately, and what he wants to say to his many fans who stood by him through this very arduous investigation, that he's very, very thankful and grateful this investigation is over. He wants to get on with his life. He plans to do that, both he and his wife, and proceed to have a family. This was a very, very painful time in his life, and the one that he wants to speedily put behind him. And he's just grateful to everyone this matter is now over. I think that's about what he had to say about it. If you have any brief questions that I can answer, I'll try to do that. Jim?
You didn't quite give them a clean bill of health today. At the same time, they were saying they wouldn't prosecute. They talked about 2 other victims. Are you at all disappointed that they didn't just exonerate him outright?
Well, I would have liked a clean bill of health. You'd always like that, Jim. But the fact of the matter is that Michael Jackson has always maintained his innocence. He has always done that. Even if you recall in the resolution back in January, he maintained his innocence. And until today, he is still innocent and will always be innocent of these charges. And that's the situation. I cannot dictate to the district attorney how they choose to put it in final form. I would like to. Had I had my choice in the matter, the investigation would have been over with about 13 months ago. But I didn't have a choice in the matter. So now I have to accept that, and it's now over, and we're pleased about that.
Johnny, a follow-up question. He's got this hanging over his head for the next 5 years. Did he express any concern about that?
No, I don't think he feels he has it hanging over his head. I think that in a situation where there's been an investigation that included more than 430 witnesses worldwide, many of whom were talked to 2, 3, and 4 times, I think it's pretty clear that they did everything they possibly could to determine whether or not they could file charges in this case. And so I think for all intents and purposes, he expects to go on with his life now and not worry about this further. And I think that one other thing in their statement that of course I am. I'm very concerned about that. And one other thing that the district attorney's office mentions that is a continuing problem that we have to be aware of, and that is witnesses whose credibility is compromised by selling their stories to tabloids.